I, 35 male, just found out this Saturday that my soon-to-be ex-wife, 34 female, has been having at least two affairs. My therapist is on vacation for 2 weeks, and I just need to talk to some people that understand what I'm going through. My soon-to-be ex-wife and I have been married for 10 years, together for 12, have a 6 and 7-year-old together, a house, two dogs, and etc. We always had a really strong though, and I'm realizing kind of codependent relationship. At the beginning of last year, she left her teaching career of 9 years to pursue opening her own business. Well, the business wasn't profitable. I told her not to do it, but it was one of those mistakes I had to let her make. When she wasn't making money with it, we still needed her income to support our household, so she started waiting bartending to make up the money. This left me taking care of more than ever around the house. I work full time and she was working 70-ish hours a week between the business and bartending. This left me doing literally all the housework. The only chores she ever did was occasionally helping fold laundry, as well as doing 90% of the parenting since I was home with the kids alone 4 to 5 days a week. During this time, I started struggling with depression and anxiety because I felt like I was drowning, but my wife's desire to own her own business was more important than our family. Well, towards the end of the year, she started to finally realize that the business wasn't going to succeed and decided to close it down. During this time, she became incredibly emotionally distant, didn't want to talk to me about a lot of stuff, didn't want to be touched by me, and etc. Mind you, we were very close before all of this. We were extremely touchy-feely and always holding or touching each other. At the end of November, she told me she wanted to separate out of the blue. She said she needed to leave her own to find herself. Well, this pretty much broke me, considering I was always depressed and anxious. I started having panic attacks, couldn't work, couldn't function at all. I had to have my parents come down a few days to take care of the kids because I couldn't do anything. I should also mention that my mother died at a young age, so I have abandonment issues. My wife abandoning me was too much for me to handle. Lucky for me, I do have a good support network between family and friends. So through that support, I was able to pull myself up, get on anxiety depression medication, start going to therapy, start working out every single day to give me healthy outlet for emotions. My soon-to-be ex went back and forth for a couple of months, saying she didn't know what she wanted. Some days, weeks, she would be like normal and wanted to cuddle and hug me. Some days, weeks, she was like a cold rock. Strangely, through all of this, we continued to have sex. The bedroom was never a problem in our relationship. She finally decided to leave at the end of January and got her own apartment. We agreed to split custody of the kids, 50-50. I had started to make really good progress on myself since then. Therapy has helped a lot. I am now in incredible shape from working out so much. I have made new friends and have gotten closer to old friends. I have faced and started to work through my trauma with my mom. I started to love myself and realize my worth. 2 weeks ago, I told her I want a divorce because I deserve so much better than what she's doing to me. I deserve someone who knows that I'm what they want. But this past Saturday, my soon-to-be ex asked me if I'll be willing to go get some drinks and talk. Her mother had our kids for the night. I agreed and picked her up. We went out and got drinks, and she profusely apologized for everything. She said I'm what she wants, and she doesn't want to lose me, that she realized how much she took for granted. One thing led to another, and we ended up back at her place and had XX. When we finished, I looked her in the eyes and told her to be totally honest and asked her if there had been anyone else in the picture. Had she been with anyone, talked to anyone, etc.? She admitted to sleeping with one man while we were separated. Even though we agreed to remain loyal during this time, I was very hurt, but thankful she told me when I asked. She swore it was a one-time thing, and she felt like SHIT about it, and it was over. I told her I needed some time to process it. She went to take shower, and while she was in the shower, I picked up her phone and looked at her Snapchat messages. She had hundreds of messages back and forth with a guy she worked with at the restaurant. Even messages while we were together that evening. This guy is 45, overweight, and a fry cook, whereas I am objectively very attractive, fit, an engineer with good pay and stable career. There were messages about how they can't stop thinking about each other. Him calling her baby constantly and her responding with kissy heart emojis. I told her what I saw. I told her I'm done. There's no coming back from betrayal like this for me. It hurt me so deeply to know that she cared so little about me, that she would jump to basically anyone else that showed her attention. I took care of this woman's every need for 10 plus years, and she discarded me like I'm trash. I'm hurting so deeply, and everyone is giving me their sympathy, but no one person around me truly understands what I'm feeling. Wow. She realized that she's about to lose that bag, and that's financial support. That is why she finally came to her senses and decided to come back to him. But she's still in love with the other guy. She just wanted to make sure that the bag is secure. That's the only reason why she came back. But it's a good thing that he checked her text messages to get the truth, that she's only coming back for the financial support. I think you should get out of this relationship, and it's a good thing that he's talking to a therapist and going to the gym and getting the support from friends, interacting with people outside of his relationship. I think the relationship is toxic and he should definitely get out of it. He's better off with someone that appreciates him. He's a good man. Also, on her part, on why she cheated on him, mind you, there is no excuse to cheat. But from her side, I think she felt like a failure. Usually women will sleep up, but she's sleeping down. She's sleeping with someone that's less attractive than her current spouse, and also economically wise, less attractive as well. So she's sleeping down. She feels like she's a failure, maybe because she had this hope and dreams about this business that she wanted to create. And when she lost that business, she felt vulnerable. And the 45-year-old guy took advantage of that. But this is not an excuse. She's in a relationship. I'm just trying to tell you mentally what's going on her part. He's probably analyzed the situation and found out that her business would not work. So she didn't want to come back to him and tell him that she's a failure. In a sense, I think she resented him and she felt comfort in sleeping with a guy that is less than her husband. This affair might be a resentment of her husband. In a way, she probably blamed him for her own failures. And you don't need someone like that as a wife. You need someone that will listen to you, someone that will share her emotions with you. The original poster also reacted to some of the comments in the comment section. We are going to read some readers' comments and the response from the original poster. Reader comment: this guy is 45, overweight, and a fry cook, where I'm objectively very attractive, fit, an engineer with good pay and a stable career. This is the way it happens. I know it's impossible, but don't take it personal. People that cheat often do so with whoever is available and willing to sneak around, which is usually only unattractive people desperate for whatever attention comes their way. My ex-wife cheated on me with an overweight, ugly, poor complexion minimum wage security guard in her building who still lived with his mom while complaining to me that I wasn't attractive enough. I was voted hottest guy in high school and was featured in my university campus magazine as hot guy on campus, and didn't make enough money, 6 figures in my mid-20s, bought us new cars, new condos, whatever she wanted. You can't make this stuff up. Again, don't take it personal. She knows you are more attractive and worth more than this guy. And when you are ready, other women are going to be all over you because of it. Original poster. Oh, that's another point I totally forgot about. Thank you for reminding me. I also needed to make more money. She complained constantly that my career wasn't advancing fast enough, that I should be making more. We lived in a relatively low-cost area. I have no degree, and I make $85,000 a year. Meanwhile, while she was teaching, she made about $50K, and the business and bartending was even less. But no, I was always the one that needed to make more. I am glad I'm not the only one. And I have so many women that I have told, and they have been like, what the F is wrong with her to leave someone like you? Reader comments: make sure you change all the beneficiaries from your wife to your kids and find a guardian you can entrust if anything happens to you to look after the money for your kids. Original poster. Oh my God, thank you. I haven't done that yet. I'm going to right now. Original poster. Thank you for this. I'm already looking forward to dating as an adult because it was something I never did. I never really had a wild stage. I had a few girlfriends, then met my soon-to-be ex-wife when I was 22. I have already found a really nice loft townhome in a hip area of town that I've always wanted to live in, but couldn't when I was younger, and my wife didn't want to. It's walking distance to several of my favorite bars and restaurants, and I think it would be an excellent place to reinvent myself. Also, I'm looking forward to dating as an adult because, objectively, I'm the most attractive I've been in my life. I was kind of a goofy looking kid in my teen and 20s. Scrawny, shaggy hair, soul patch, laughed my ass off. Now I'm muscular, full beard, clean haircut. I see the way women look at me now. I get lots of lingering stares and quickly looking away when I make eye contact. Now I just need to work up the courage to say something to one of them. Reader comment. DOS is great. I would also suggest the Dad's Edge as well. More general growth for dads and men. You're doing much better than I. I went back 3 times, thinking I was doing right by my kids. It was not the right choice. Good luck, brother. Original poster. I listened to the episode you linked about cheating down. Holy SHIT. It's incredible how well they describe my exact situation with my soon-to-be ex-wife. Like what they describe is basically what happened to a T. Thank you for typing all this out and validating me. And thank you for the kind words. Unfortunately, I don't think fighting for full custody is something I can pull off, and neither does my lawyer. In my state, 50-50 is the default, unless there's extenuating circumstances, like abuse, and it's especially hard for the father to get full custody. I do agree that I don't want to leave my kids with her during her spiral of self-destruction, but I don't really have another choice. Reader comment. By the way, what did she have to say when you found out about her affair? Any remorse? Or she just walked out? Original poster. She was still in the shower. She started crying and saying it's just only emotional. I swear, he's not even the guy I slept with. I just said, okay, well, it's over between us. You just lost the best guy you will ever have. Good luck with your new loser. Then I walked out. That's classic. Reader comment. Damn, she just lies like people breathe. She's definitely going through something deep within the core of her personality. She's a liar. Original poster. Yeah, she's dealing with unresolved childhood trauma, and I have tried to get her to address for years. Oh well, now she gets to see the consequences of her actions. Reader comment. First off, get tested because she's sleeping around. Second, I wonder if it's possible that you can show that all the time she was spending outside of the home, working on the failed business and her regular job, as a sign of neglect on the children, and you stepped up. In addition, she's showing extremely poor judgment by having an affair with a coworker while still having a relationship with you. She could even be sleeping with others. If she's going to bring multiple strangers in your home while your kids are present, this can be a danger to them because she's clearly not exercising good judgment, not just to herself, but to her children. So from a financial, emotional, and psychological standpoint, she's unstable. Original poster. Thank you. I scheduled an appointment to get tested, and I will consent to my attorney about whether her spending time on that relationship and the family can be used. Reader comment. You're looking at it wrong. Your life is uprooted. Your kids will be split. Your asset will be split. She probably has some debt you'll be partially responsible for. Alimony, child support, and etc. all on that table. It absolutely sucks. There's no way out of this. You have lost so much and will lose much more. But the one thing you didn't lose was a good woman. She lied. She cheated. She probably had more affairs than just the 2 you know of. And frankly, I'll get a DNA test if I were you, just in case. But you didn't lose a thing of value when she herself left your life. I know how it feels. Plenty of other unfortunate men and women knows how it feels. I myself have no friends who have had a girlfriend that they haven't been cheated on by. And my father went through something pretty much similar as to yourself. It changes you. But this isn't the first time this has happened, unfortunately, and it won't be the last. Conduct yourself well. Keep your eyes on the end goal and focus on moving on as quickly as you can. Original poster. Luckily, in my state, 50-50 is the norm, unless there's evidence of abuse or something. Child support and alimony are uncommon here. I made my wife sign a very rough divorce draft, saying we agreed to split everything 50-50. I have already contacted a divorce lawyer, and he's just waiting to pull the trigger. I have also contacted a realtor and started the process of getting the house ready to sell. Something my soon-to-be ex and I agreed to do is to split the equity 50-50. One positive of that is I will walk away with about $70K in equity assuming we can resolve the divorce without a ton of lawyer intervention, which so far she has been very amicable about. So that would be a nice nest egg to start my new life. Reader comment, oh, I know that the odds are against you, but I would DNA test your kids, just to be safe, and to show the soon-to-be ex-wife how seriously she have broken your trust. Also, not knowing your location, I would check the laws, specifically if you live in an at-fault divorce state, and if your states have alienation of affection laws. If the latter, you can potentially sue the AP for destruction of your marriage. Original poster, nah, I have no need to DNA test them. The oldest is actually adopted. The youngest is a darn clone of me. She looks nothing like her mother and look exactly like I did at her age. My friends have often commented that it's weird looking at me as a girl. Hey original poster, we have similar stories, man. Also engineer, late 30s, two small kids, etc. Ex-wife got involved with someone in her industry who is twice divorced, nearly 53rd. Well, you know you're done. So time starts moving forward. Find a good family lawyer. Look at avo.com to find reviews and don't take less than 50-50. From what I saw in your comments, sounds like it's the default and it's okay, unless he's a murderer druggie and an alcoholic. It's not likely to move from that, so put your effort into getting out with your assets and ability to start a new life with your kids. As for Mr. Wonderful, don't interfere if they're truly smitten. She's in the fog and will likely give you better terms, less resistant if she sees that this is her way to him. Only after once it's a true relationship, she will see she gave away the gold for a sparkly turd. Sorry to hear about your situation, but you're not alone, nor unique here. Lots of folks went through the same thing right out of the Cheater's Handbook. Feel free to reach out and ask questions. My divorce was final 2 months ago, and my life have been on an upward trajectory since then. Original poster, thanks for the advice. Yeah, the person she cheated with was the worst part to me. Like, come the F on. She went for that? But I guess the silver lining is that it does truly show me that I'm not the issue. She is. If it were the other way around, she would have a large support network helping her through this. She doesn't, and I do. And every single one of our shared friends, and also her family, have said they have no idea what the F she was thinking, and that I'm a great guy that deserves so much better. Her own mother, father, and sister told me that. Reader comment, I would suggest you read some books. Pick up Live a Cheater, Gain a Life, Cheating in a Nutshell, and The Body Keeps the Score. Find some healthy emotional outlet. Find a new hobby to create positive energy. Working out, yoga, journaling, or something else. With her, implement the 180 and gray rocking. Your ex is a broken human being, and rather than trying to fix herself, she chose to break you too. The less contact, the happier you will be. Original poster, thank you. Yeah, I've already implemented the 180 and gray rock to her. I'm not going back to her. No need to worry there. Yes, she may have reeled me back in a few times, but that was before I found out about these affairs. And I'm honestly glad I found out in the traumatic way I did, because had it been a situation of her being able to trick-or-treat me, I would still be considering working through it with her. And I've already picked up a couple of new hobbies, as well as got into old habits. I find that keeping my hands and mind busy helped immensely. I have always been a workout person. Several years ago, I was really into weightlifting, like I was doing 200 to 300 pounds lift for all my workouts. So I got myself back into the gym hard, at least every other day, if not every day. I look possibly the best I've ever have in my life right now. I am extremely lean and fit, visible 4-pack at 35 years old. I picked leather working back up, a hobby I enjoyed in the past years and just kind of lost interest in. I have been really enjoying making myself some new leather goods to boost the new me. And the new me is someone who wears a lot of stuff that I handmade myself. Because what better conversation starter? So I have made myself a black and a brown belt, a new wallet, a key lanyard, a black and a brown wrist cuff for my Apple Watch. Next is going to be my own shoes. I am also into cars, so I'm connecting with a group of car guys that do hangouts in garages to work on each other's cars, go to car shows and races, such like that. Not having my kids full-time allows me freedom to do things like that again. I also bought a drum set and started learning to play drum. I have read that learning an instrument is one of the best ways to battle grief and depression because of the way it engages many parts of your brain and multiple limbs. The drums are like double therapy because I get to beat the S out of something while I'm learning. Bonus point, my oldest girl is freaking in love with the drums and is showing interest in playing as well. Reader comment, you're doing everything right, but emotional trauma can still be tough to overcome and very damaging. Just be sure you are very aware of your feelings and properly manage the trauma. Original poster. Thank you. I'm going to weekly therapy to work through the trauma, though thus far it had only been trauma from the separation, as well as past trauma with my mom's death. My therapist is on vacation for 2 weeks, so I haven't even gotten a talk with them about the infidelities yet, which was one of the reasons I made this post, just to